What's good, guys? Can you guys hear me? Guys, I am so happy to be back live talking to you guys about Barcelona. Even though Barcelona, they have not been at their best, to say the least. Barcelona, they have been in bad form. But, guys, I'm just happy. Finals are over, school's over. And I got a month, 5 weeks to be exact, around 4 to 5 weeks to talk Barcelona. I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of content. And guys, today we're gonna talk about Barca's game against Atleti, also the poor form, left wingers. I also made a video, by the way, guys. Check out the video. I made it last night at like midnight my time. Rafael, Adamo, Lookman, like that video up, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Comment, share, everything. But guys, today we're gonna just do something different. I'm gonna try to go live probably at least 2-3 times a week, and we're gonna talk about today. I'm just gonna say how y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? It's the morning for me. I got a lot of things to do today. But guys, Adam in the chat says things are not looking good. And he's right, man. Things at Barcelona, they aren't really looking that good. Like, let's be honest. We had that, 6 point lead at the top, and it just vanished just like that. And it's kind of crazy how quickly, stuff can change. And the reason for that, guys, is because Barcelona, they have been in relegation form. Like, it's sad to say, but it's true. Like, Barcelona, I think it's what? Is it? I think it's 5 points out of a possible 21. That is not good. Even relegation sides, like, sometimes do better than that. That is really bad. Barcelona, if they're trying to win La Liga, it's like you can almost never go on that streak, to be honest. You always have to be, even in your bad patches, it has to be like 3 wins, maybe 1 draw, 1 loss. But we've had a lot of losses in La Liga so far. And you compare it to, like, for example, I seen a stat, and I actually remember this season. It was Ernesto Valverde's season and the 17-18 season, I believe, where Barcelona, they only lost one league game, and they won the league by a landslide. And it's kind of crazy how we're still in a title race, given how inconsistent we have been, how many losses we have. We've been pretty bad, man. For Barca standards, this is poor. And to be honest, Ernesto Valverde, nobody really rated him that highly of a manager. He's a good manager, but he's really nothing else. He's not an extremely elite manager. We know this because he would have got the job done in Europe if that was the case. But Barcelona, they're suffering way too many losses, and I don't know why. I mean, part of it, I feel like teams have figured us out. Long gone are the days, unfortunately, of Barca just destroying Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Sevilla in the same week. I mean, I hope it comes back. And I think that the Spanish Super Cup is going to be very important to the squad because it's a young squad. And I know that, unfortunately, it's inconsistent. It's not what we like to see. And youngsters, they're not always, consistent. But I think that the Spanish Super Cup, win that tournament. It's very big. It's going to boost the morale of the team. We've seen what happened under Xavi when we won the Spanish Super Cup. When we won the Spanish Super Cup, it took us on the road to winning La Liga. So I'm saying, Barcelona fans, this Spanish Super Cup is really important, not just silverware, but I think it'll maybe put us back in La Liga. And Atletico, I understand they're flying right now. And you know what, let's talk about that Atletico game, because Atletico, if we're keeping it real, hey, what's good, man? What we saying? Visca Barcelona y Pro Catalunya. What's good, brother? You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's in the chat, just talk down below. I know one brother's going to come soon, but hey, man, I was talking about Barcelona. Basically, we were just going to get into, I basically said, check out my new video. And now we're going to talk about the Atletico game. And basically, the Atletico game, if we're keeping it real, Barcelona, they had a plethora of chances. They had a bunch. We dominated the game. Athletic Bilbao, Nico, now we got to go against him. Yeah, bro, I was just talking about that. The Spanish Super Cup, I think that it's vital to this team's success. I think that we have a young squad. Let's keep it real. We have a young squad, and unfortunately, this is the downside. When they're inconsistent, it's going to be bad. We've seen this under Xavi last year. But the Spanish Super Cup, if we win that, man, it's going to boost the morale of the team. I really think that, I think it's going to boost the morale. It's silverware, and I think just like the Xavi season where we won that, and then we hit form after the Spanish Super Cup. We kept on winning. We rode our luck, and then we won La Liga. You know, we won 2 trophies in a year, which is good. In my opinion, thank you, brother. Visca, Barcelona, y Pro Catalonia. Brother, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You know, real one, you know? But guys, my point is that this Spanish Super Cup, don't take it lightly. I'm serious, guys. Because we seen under Xavi what this tournament could do. We played honestly, even though we won 4-0 under Xavi at the Bernabeu, I really think that Xavi's best El Clasico in terms of pure dominance was that Super Cup final. It was the 3-1. That Super Cup, it showed Barcelona in that moment they were superior to Real Madrid. Whether they had better players or not, we saw it in the final. And you said exactly. Yeah, but this Spanish Super Cup, man, you know, unfortunately Yamal's out. I really hope he recovers. But if we can somehow win this tournament, and if we can win it nicely, just like we did under Xavi, I think that we can hit some form. The morale can boost. I really think that, you know? You know, sports is a lot of things people don't realize. Momentum is a real thing in sports, you know? There's a reason why Barca came back against PSG. There's a reason why also Liverpool came back against Barca. Momentum's a real thing in sports, and I think that we need to take this trophy seriously, man. I really think so. Even if it's Athletic Bilbao, this is the thing, though. It's going to be in a neutral venue, and any neutral venue outside of San Mamés, you know, Atletico Bilbao's home stadium, guys, that's practically a home game for us, because Saudi Arabia, if you really think that they have a global fan base of Bilbao fans, it's not going to be the case. It's always the game, unless if it's Barca Real Madrid, it's going to be 50-50, but Athletic Bilbao, it's going to be a home game for Barcelona, truly, even though, but guys, the main point is that Barcelona, they just got to win that trophy, man. We got to get, you know, out of this bad form. And guys, let's talk about this Atletico game, because I really want to talk about it. Barcelona, we expected them to dominate. They did dominate. Atletico, this is what they sadly are doing this year. They are winning games in the last second. That's what they keep on doing. And it kind of drives me crazy, but they've done it consistently. And Visca, Barcelona, and Pro Catalonia, he says we're also linked to Christopher Nkunku in the last few days, who played with Dani Olmo at Leipzig. I think Nkunku is actually a really decent player. Is he Barcelona's starting level? I think if he's a rotational player, I would take him. You know, he has quality. The guy does have quality. But in my opinion, we're going to talk about that later on. We're going to talk about transfers later on. You know, on my notes, I got the Atletico game, then Hansi Flick, what he can change in the tactics, and then I want to talk about one player who's been balling out even though we've been in bad form. You could probably tell who it is. And then Jan Laporta. And then we're going to talk about transfers and how it's really going to help, especially a player like Nkunku, because it's going to be about the left winger situation. Barcelona, if you guys can't tell that we need a natural left winger, I love Rafinha. Seriously. But yeah, hopefully you have, Christmas Eve. You know, the good thing, listen, I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm not a Christian, you know, respect for everybody, you know, religious people. I respect them, you know. But the thing is, I always love these holidays anyway, because it's like, yo, I'm getting a break for no reason. It feels like an extended holiday, you know. And Adam 2024, you know what I'm saying? Big up you, bro. You know what I'm saying? First person in the chat, I think, you know, big up, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm not from Barcelona, but I know they got a big Christmas tree, even though I'm from the States, but I heard of it. Where from the States are you from, Adam? Because you know what I'm saying? States got 50 states, and I'm from California, but, you know, a lot of the content creators, surprisingly, are from the East Coast. They're from, like, Boston or Atlanta or somewhere else, you know? I'm from the West Coast, and, you know, this is probably because the West Coast, watch-alongs, doing all that is really hard, you know what I'm saying? East Coast, that, you know what I'm saying, it's closer to Europe, you know? And Adam says that, what's good, Mustafa? What's good in the chat? And Adam says, but also it's crazy that Atletico have been getting last minute winners, including against PSG and Athletic Bilbao. Bro, Atletico, this is the 4th time I've seen them have a last minute winner. It's not a fluke. Like, seriously, it's actually not a fluke. Atletico, California, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Adam, you know what I'm saying? Big up, Adam, you know what I'm saying? But guys, bro, Atletico, we need to talk about this team. They have, I think, already 10 games with last minute winners. This is outrageous, you know what I'm saying? And against PSG, I watched that game. Against Real Madrid, I watched that game. Against Barcelona, I watched that game. It was one of the first 3-4 games of the season for them in La Liga. I watched the end of that game. I was like, Atletico losing. Let me tune in. And they scored in the last second and won that game. And Atletico, this is what they're setting up to do. As even against, they try to outplay teams that they are better than, but against the top teams like Real Madrid, they absolutely did not want to play football with Real Madrid. I'm a Barca fan. Real Madrid are pragmatic, but they legit did not want to play with Real Madrid. They didn't want to play with Barcelona. They just wanted a result, and they hit last 10 minutes. That's the only time they attack. Yeah, Mustafa says pro haram ball. Bro, Simeone is on a different level this year. Adam says Atletico got a last-minute winner result draw against Real Madrid in the derby in September 1-1. Bro, that's the game I'm talking about. They did not want to play these. They stalled the game. The game got postponed, It got suspended for a bit. It was at their home. And, Atletico is tough to play anywhere, but let me tell you one thing for free. In the Wanda Metropolitano, how you say their stadium, in the Wanda, their stadium, that is one of the, probably hardest stadiums to go to. Like, when I watch them, you could hear the stadium bouncing from minute one. I think that stadium, San Mames, probably Anfield, they're probably the toughest places to go for, you know what I'm saying, to get a dub. And Mustafa's saying even against Getafe and Sevilla, bro, Atletico, bro, they're hitting form. They're probably one of the hottest teams in Europe in terms of results. But if you watch their games, you're like, there's no way that this continues. There's no way Atletico keep on getting lucky, because it does seem lucky, But I don't know, man. This is the thing. I can see Atletico dropping off, because it's so hard to keep on getting the 1-0 victories, the 2-1s late on, 12 games in a row, Adam says. Mustafa saying they're trying to become last season's Leverkusen. Bro, Leverkusen, last minute goals, bro, like legit. It was like, that was their thing, But it's not sustainable. You can do it in a one-off season. To be fair, Barcelona, when we won La Liga, we had the record 1-0 victories, but then we didn't win it next year. And Atletico, they're not a type of team to go back-to-back in La Liga. I really doubt that. But a one-year La Liga victory, they could do that. Adam's saying Barcelona still got to play Atletico. Yes, we got to play Atletico on March 17th. Yes, at the Metropolitano. Before the international break, away. It's going to be a tough game, bro. And then also Atletico, Liverpool, and yes, Chelsea, and even Atalanta are the best teams in Europe right now, bro. Atalanta's my Serie A team, bro. Ever since Lookman's been balling, not just this year, but last year, I was really high on Atalanta. I like Gasperini, In my opinion, I really think Gasperini, he's an outside candidate, maybe for a next Barca coach. I mean, people are going to maybe laugh at that, but I really rate Gasperini. Look at the players that he has against Real Madrid. Sometimes it looks like they're struggling to pass, but he's making them play. Put Pedri in that system. Play Gavi, Gasperini's system is real, guys, And I'm not saying I would take him over Flick, but if Flick's thing goes south, I would probably have Gasperini, because he plays attacking football. He scores goals too. I think it's a lot more safer defensively. And he'll probably in the short list. He'll probably be top 3 candidates for me. Yeah. Mustafa saying you heard the rumors about that we could play a UCL knockouts in Metropolitano. Bro, I can't lie. I'm not for that. I'm not really for that. And let me tell you why. Because Madrid and Barcelona is not close to each other. That is not, in my opinion, that is not helpful for Barcelona, Because how are they going to make us play in a city that's probably a 4-hour drive away, 5-hour drive, probably a 4-hour drive away, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather play at Girona Stadium. I might not be in big enough. That's the only thing. Valencia, I heard Mestalla might be one. I'd rather have Mestalla because Valencia is closer to Barcelona. And Adam saying Atalanta, they destroyed, bro. Don't destroy Napoli. They destroyed everybody, bro. They should have beat Real Madrid probably 4-2, 4-3. But, Retegui, he's actually been good this season, but he's had other plans that day, man, unfortunately. Madrid to Barcelona is a 6 hours. Oh, so it's a drive. Okay, just similar to San Fran and LA. Yeah, bro, it's a 6 hour thing, you know. I know that it looks close on the map, but it is far, you know. And guys, yeah, the other options are Valencia's home and Espanyol's home. In my opinion, I would go for Mestalla, bro. Like, I've seen us play at Espanyol. I think they've played in European competitions. I think that's the most appropriate, to be honest. But guys, the next thing I want to talk about past the Atletico game, because this Atletico team, I don't know what type of stuff they're using in the locker rooms. Like, I'm not gonna accuse them of anything, but what is this, bro? Like Barca, they have been poor. We expected this is how Atletico, if they somehow were going to win, it's going to be like this. But crazy. But guys, I want to move on to Hansi Flick because I think that he honestly did something different. And even though it didn't work in terms of results, and I'm really mad about that, that was due to finishing. It wasn't actually due to Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick, this guy, he actually coached a good game in the last two games. It sounds crazy to say, but guys, we conceded off a corner against Leganés. We need to just defend better. The players need to defend better. It looked like miscommunication. That's on the players, man, because we barely concede from corners prior to that this season. You know, it might have been the first. And against Atletico, we made chance after chance. Like, in the game, we should have been 2-0 up. Like, I'm serious. Rafinha had he had like 3-4 chances, but like one or two really good ones. Lewandowski, do I need to speak? Like, seriously? Robert Lewandowski, man on fire. But recently, absolutely, I don't know what's happening to him. You know, his touch has always kind of been shaky, but his finishing is supposed to be better, especially that tap in. I don't know if it was onside or offside, guys. Y'all could let me know. But it looked onside from live time. And yeah, Adam's saying he's in a goal drought. I think he has 2 in his last 7. It might be more, but it might be 2 and 8. Who knows? But Lewandowski, I'm going to keep it a buck. We should have won that game against Atletico. Flick coached a good game. You know, there's a bunch of games that I'm saying Flick didn't coach a good game. Like against Real Sociedad. Because Sociedad, they dominated everything. Defense, second balls, they had more chances. Inaki Pena was good, and we lost 1-0, so we didn't even score. And then there's games also against Osasuna. Flick got outcoached. And it's okay to get outcoached 1 or 2 times, you know, in a run. But it's not okay to get outcoached. You know, yeah, Sociedad's a Basque club. Yeah, bro, that's a real stadium too. But what I'm saying is Hansi Flick, 4 in the last 8. Bro, the thing is that the numbers, they don't really do justice. I mean, fair enough for Lewandowski. He's scoring goals, but in my opinion, guys, let's keep it real, bro. He has not been delivering it as consistent that we would expect. He's getting a lot of chances. Robert Lewandowski, you are getting so many chances. You have to bail the team out. You have to score. You know, especially that's happened. You know, against Leganés, Pedri played awesome. Legitimately, Pedri played awesome. You know how many chances against Atletico? Pedri also played awesome. And Robert Lewandowski, if he could just take one chance out of 4 or 5, because let's be honest, he's one of the only chances in Europe. He's one of the only strikers in Europe that gets so many chances a game. I'm keeping it a buck. Erling Haaland, as much as people are... What are we saying? Mustafa says Barca is the top table in big missed chances. I've seen the stats, bro. I've seen the stats, and it's even worse than last year. That's the craziest part. The thing is that we were so ruthless in the early part of the season, but we've been so poor in front of goal recently, bro. The last month, we have been poor in front of goal. And I don't know what to say. Like, I really don't understand why we've been poor, you know? And Adam's saying Barcelona has almost nearly 20,000... Is that 20 million? 20 million subscribers in YouTube. But for some reason, their highlights, they don't get as much views as the Premier League channels for some reason. Bro, Adam, let me tell you something for free, bro. Barcelona highlights, I think that they're like 3 minutes long. Like, people are actually trying to watch what happens. I'm pretty sure they're like 3-4 minutes long, you know? The Premier League, it's kind of like, 11, 12 minutes. Like, I understand why. And I don't know, ESPN FC, they also, in the US at least, they post better highlights, if we're being real. And then you're saying both Madrid teams have a game in hand. Yeah, bro. Don't remind me about this stuff, bro. I'm mad. Like, you know, I'm only like somewhat positive because I'm just chilling. You know, I'm done with school. You know, I'm happy because of outside of Barcelona. what's going on in life, thank God. But when it comes to actually Barcelona, it's the one thing I'm like, bro, it's a little pessimism, bro. What's happening to my team? What started off in a really good season? We have the drippiest kits. We have the nicest kits. You know what I'm saying? We have the nicest attack. Our team looks legit. We went to Bayern, or Bayern came to us, and we smashed them. We went to Madrid, and we smashed them. Sevilla came to us, and we just balled out. And what I'm saying is, what happened to be a really good season by Hansi Flick is kind of sad because it's just fading away. And I really think that this is a bad form, but I think we can regain it. Hansi Flick, the positives, unfortunately, I've seen from the Atletico game was that Hansi Flick, he switched it up. He actually did. How many chances did Atletico get? 2. They scored their 2, sadly. That's just our luck right now because every team scores their only chance. Leganes too. They only had 1 chance and they scored. But we created so much chances, clear-cut chances. Fermin Lopez, Robert Lewandowski could have scored 2. Rafinha could have scored 2. Pedri could have scored 2. At least he took his 1 though. At least Pedri took his 1. And the curse began literally against Real Sociedad. Yeah, bro, we got dominated against Real Sociedad right before the international break. Bro, I don't know what's happening. And people are saying it's Yamal FC because the record without Yamal is very poor. But this is my thing. We won La Liga recently without Yamal. Like, Yamal only played 1 game in the La Liga. He didn't really help as much as the other guys. Rafinha was huge in the league title win. Pedri was huge in the league title win. Gavi was. Lewandowski was. Kessié was clutch. Alba was clutch. There's so many guys. Ronald Araujo was amazing. Ter Stegen was amazing. Koundé was amazing. He was a real team La Liga. And then now I'm seeing Barcelona transition to a dependent on Yamal. It just doesn't make sense. And I really don't understand, I really don't understand why Barcelona are becoming super dependent on one player, Because it doesn't make sense. We got out of being dependent. Maybe it's because Yamal is just that guy. Maybe he's just that good, and we have to lean on him sometimes. It feels like in games. But Mustafa's saying Barca have missed 50 out of 85. He's missed 50 out of 85 big chances is crazy in 19 games. Because big chances, as much as people don't like stats, XG, and all that stuff, big chances are pretty decent stat. It's a pretty good chance usually. You know what I'm saying? And Barcelona, they're not clinical, man. It really annoys me, This annoyed me in previous years when we simply didn't have the quality. But I understand we didn't have the quality to be clinical. But now we have Robert Lewandowski, who supposedly probably is one of the greatest strikers in his generation. But how come he's not finishing these chances? You know what I'm saying? At the time, I was an Aubameyang guy. I really liked Aubameyang. I thought he never messed up our attacks. He did the basic things right. I was thinking, why are we going for Robert Lewandowski? I understand it. I'm cool with it, but why are we getting rid of Aubameyang? He's been balling out, and then the season after, he goes to Chelsea, doesn't play, but the season after that, he goes to Marseille and rips it up. He gets like 30-plus goals for Marseille, in Ligue 1. And what I'm saying is that a lot of fans, Barca fans, they told me that if we get Robert Lewandowski, he's gonna be good. Trust me, big games, he's gonna be good. And that hasn't really been the case all the time. That's the truth. You look at Robert Lewandowski in El Clasicos, he's only had like 2 good El Clasicos, probably like out of 8, 7 or 8 or something. And then even against Atletico, to be fair, he has like 2 good games against Atletico. But my point is that we need to be better. We just need to be better. Robert Lewandowski, he knows he should be better. He said it in the interview. He's not sharp right now. And Adam saying Mestalla, the home of Valencia, the Bats. Yeah, bro, I would definitely want to go to Mestalla if that's the only place that we can play for the Champions League knockouts. He fell off at Chelsea. Yeah, but bro, Aubameyang, look at his stats, bro, for Marseille the year after, and in the Europa League. He was balling out. And I think Aubameyang is one guy. I understand we didn't have the money. We sold for a reason because we didn't have the money. But we sold him for 12 mil, guys. And Aubameyang is a guy that if we went back in time, I would really keep. I really would, because I don't think he's worth 12 mil. Like, at the time, he's still worth 30 because of what he's providing us. And he was one of my favorite players, man. We have crazy, numbers. 5.35 XG and one goal scorer. Bro, I just don't even like this, bro. The XG stat is like, literally, the XG stat is like just there to annoy Barcelona fans. Like, yeah, by the way, you guys should have scored like 8 goals by now, but you scored 1. You know? And it's kind of sad because this is the problems that we had in years past, you know? We've been not clinical, and it's very sad to say that, but, you know, I really thought that this season was going to change because we had Hansi Flick, but this is just going to move on to the next point. We can segue to the next point, and it's Jan Laporta, you know? You brought in this coach. You brought in Hansi Flick. You knew his style of play, and I've heard a lot of fans say, because I'm a person who says, how do you bring in Hansi Flick, Jan Laporta, if you're not going to spend much money in this transfer window? I just don't understand it. Simply, I don't, you know? You don't back your guy in the summer. But a lot of fans have told me, but Hansi Flick, he was okay with the situation. And it was true. Hansi Flick was okay with the situation that he got. He was also more grateful than demanding. You know, he always said we have a lot of talent in La Masia. But at this point, there's some things La Masia will not get you. La Masia will not bring you a top left winger just like that. Okay, Lamine Yamal was an exception. But if they bring it again, fair play. La Masia is that academy. But I'm talking about a left winger right now who could produce in the Champions League like quarters or something. You know, and I think that Jan Laporta has to back Hansi Flick. You have to get a left winger this summer. It's not even a negotiable, in my opinion. I think we got to. And Mustafa is saying, all things aside, first Adam. So Oblak was amazing for Atletico. Yeah, Oblak was amazing, to be honest, but we still have to score, you know? And a lot of their shots were also off target. In my opinion, you still got to score. No excuses, you know? Creating chances in football is difficult. Scoring is difficult, but if I had to say one, scoring is probably more harder. I mean, at least for me, but when I play. But, guys, Mustafa is saying we played the best game after El Clasico. All things aside, I think Atletico is the turning point. The thing is that in terms of performance, it was good, but the result is really bad because we've been in bad form. We really needed the dub, and we just didn't come through, you know? And this is the thing. Football is cruel. You're not going to always get what you deserve. That's the reality of football. And one of the biggest rules in football is that if you don't convert your chances, the other team will. You know, play around. Give the other team enough lives, they're going to backstab you, bro. It just happens. How many times do we see it, you know? And especially at Barcelona, especially in years past, Barcelona dominate the games that we've lost would be like, wow, they only had one chance and they scored. Guys, that's usually the formula to beat Barcelona. You have to get lucky. You have to get lucky, hope they're on an off day, and score. But guys, to be honest, I don't think teams are getting lucky against us right now. I think that, you know, Flick is changing it up, but I think that we need to do something better, you know? And that's why I want to go to Jan Laporta. Who do you guys want, you know? In my opinion, I dropped the video last night. Basically, Leao, Lookman, those are, like, I really looked at the left wing options, and I really want one of these two guys. I mean, like, I shouldn't say really, but I would like to get one of these two guys. I wouldn't cry if we got Nico or Kvaratskhelia, but I don't think it's realistic, you know? Real quick, Adam saying Atletico got a game in hand. Osasuna and Real against Valencia. Bro, honestly, let's forget about who they got. Let's just win our games, bro. Because if we were in the driver's seat, we ultimately bottled it, you know? But, hey, if we can climb back up, you know what I'm saying? If we can just get in some form, I guarantee you, if we win the next 5 or 6, like 5 out of 5 games or 6 out of 6, Barcelona, they're going to close the gap. It just will happen. Atletico and Real Madrid, they're not going to win all their games. Even the way that Real Madrid have looking, they're conceding a lot more games. Courtois, by the way, he doesn't look like Superman this year. So, all I'm saying is that Real Madrid, I see them losing the game. Maybe 2. And I see them drawing maybe 1 or 2, still 3, 4, who knows. So I see every team in the league drawing and losing at least 1 game. At least maybe 2 or 3, you know? And that's why I'm saying it's low-key a battle of the mid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Visca Barcelona, yeah. That's what I'm saying. No more Superman. Bro, and what I'm saying by this is Courtois is still really good. But Real Madrid are finally conceding goals, you know, that they weren't last year. Courtois was insane last year, and when I'm seeing him just not make saves that just look like, yo, you're Courtois. You know, an average goalkeeper, if it's Inaki Peña, fair enough. I don't really expect to save, you know? We messed up our defense. But Courtois is that guy, bro. Courtois is the guy. As much as Barca fans will hate to say it, that dude, he stands on his head, you know? He makes saves that Real Madrid should not get bailed out with. They shouldn't. They simply shouldn't. But that's why Barca should also be looking at a top goalkeeper. I don't know if we're going to do it, but that's what the guy, you know, that's Jan Laporta's job. And honestly, I really hope, by the way, we get a left winger because, guys, it's glaringly obvious that we need a guy, 1v1 threat on the left side. I love Rafinha, the way that he's been balling, you know. He's my brother, you know what I'm saying? He's my, you know what I'm saying? Not my brother, obviously, but he's been balling out, you know. The guy has been balling out. And he's not a natural left winger. This is the thing. He inverts, he goes, he's almost like a second striker in a way, you know? And he's not a dribbler. He's direct. He makes great runs in behind. And he's off the ball. He kind of plays the left wing position, but he's not the, you know, on the ball. When we're on the left-hand side, is Rafinha out wide on the left, beating guys, you know? Or not even beating guys, but making, at least forcing double teams, then passing the ball quick, make a run maybe. You know what I'm saying? Rafinha is not the guy out wide on the left. He's more inside, you know what I'm saying, on the left. And this is the problem because, guys, this goes to my next point because Alejandro Balde is not really an attacking fullback. Yes, he might make the run, he might make a cross here and there, but he's not the elite left back. Let's keep it a buck. He's got everything outside of the final ball. And until he gets that, we can't rely on him, even because he's not a 1v1 threat. You know, he's not a 1v1 dribbler. I hope that for him, that he improves his crossing because he has to. You know, you're at Barcelona. We've seen Jordi Alba almost never make mistakes when it comes to crossing the ball. And I used to criticize Jordi Alba sometimes. And now I'm like, yo, Jordi Alba, my bad. Because his crosses were always on the money. You know what I'm saying? Jordi Alba knew where Messi was going to be for that cutback. 99 out of 100 times, the pass was good. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't getting intercepted. And he would always disguise the passes. When he doesn't do that, he goes for Suarez very quickly near post. You know, I remember these things. And Jordi Alba, you know, if Alejandro Balde could get half of his crossing, even like a third, that would be a great thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think if we got a left winger, that would really help Balde's development in terms of overlapping. Because if you're not a 1v1 threat, it's cool. A lot of fullbacks, they're not. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't really expect that from most fullbacks. But a 1v1 threat, like Rafa Leao, that would help. Adamo Lookman, he's a little bit more inside, but he can dribble. We've seen that against Real Madrid if you watch that game against Atalanta. You know? And I feel like that also relieves stress off of Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal is currently injured, guys. You know what I'm saying? And part of the reason why he's injured, in my opinion, is that I think that he has too many plays. Simply, he has too many plays, you know? In my opinion, Lamine Yamal, he should be getting maybe 10 attacks, 12 attacks, 13 attacks a game. But it shouldn't feel like there's like 20 or 30 just going down his side all the time. When we go to the left and we're stuck, we always recirculate the ball back to the right side. And then Lamine Yamal is on it. And we expect him, you know, save us, you know, do something, you know. I think that if we had another threat on the left, that Barcelona would be a lot more unpredictable. And this is not saying that, oh, Ferran, no, we're not talking about that dude. Come on. But Rafa Leao, Rafinha, I think that these two guys, they give us something else. And this is the reality. I think that Rafa Leao is that I think that's realistic, you know? If I had to keep it a buck, I think it's realistic because look at the rumors. Look at the rumors. His agent, Jorge Mendes, he's also got the Deco connection, the Portuguese connection. Jan Laporta is also okay with it. Jan Laporta is okay with like 3-4 wingers. I think it was Nico Williams, Rafa Leao was amongst that, you know? And I really do think that Rafa Leao is the favorite right now, whether we like it or not. Whether you rate him or not, I'll rate him as a player. I think he's an 8 out of 10 player, you know, with potential to get better. But at the same time, Rafa Leao, he's not a superstar. He's not the absolute world beater that you think he is. He's a really good player. He can get to superstardom, but he has to prove it, you know? And being at Barcelona, it's going to help, you know? Playing with better players, but he still has to prove it, you know? And there's some things that he has to improve. And Adam's saying Ferran, listen, Ferran's in form, but he's not the answer. We know this. Ansu Fati, I made in my video at the end, I talked about how Ansu Fati, let's keep it a buck. Ansu Fati, he needs to go, bro. Let's keep it a buck. His time at Barcelona, for the best, actually, as a man, I think it's best, to just go, revive your career somewhere else. Go to Germany, Hoffenheim, go to Sevilla, go to Real Betis, go to a C-tier club, respectable club, and do your thing. And Ferran Torres, he's in form. He has his purple patches. But if an offer comes that I really like, intriguing offer, I would probably let him go too. But Ferran Torres, let me tell you one thing. Right now, he should be starting. Because, listen, I want players playing based on merit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want based off names. And I really think that Ferran, he's actually been good. He's actually been one of our better players recently. And he should play more right now. In the Super Cup, I want to see Ferran. Because if Robert Lewandowski is not taking his opportunities, he should. And they link up and play, or playing together you want to see. Listen, you mean players, or like with Alejandro Balde? Because when I was talking about Rafa Leao, that overlap with Alejandro Balde would take him to another level, because he wouldn't be marked. He wouldn't be marked as much. He would have help. He wouldn't be the sole 1v1 threat. He would actually be the second guy on the overlap. And that also applies to Lookman, And I think that it would be nice to see both of them. And plus, why was he hyped in the first place, Fati? Fati back in the day was hyped because he was a goal scorer and he was explosive, He was kind of not Mbappe. That's kind of crazy. But how do I say it? He was like a winger, that looked like he's got something about him. He's explosive and he scores goals. That was the flat thing, about Fati. He scores goals, And that's why he got hyped, And because he was 17, he was doing it at such a young age. But I never really bought into the hype like crazy. I didn't think he was ever the next Messi, just because I look at actually the attributes of players instead of hyping them up. Ansu Fati was a dynamic goal scorer on the left, He wasn't the absolute world beater like Lamine Yamal is when it comes to dribbling. I ain't never seen a Trivela pass by any youngster, not just Fati, but those Trivelas and the consistency, and also how Lamine Yamal is able to beat players. Fati wasn't really a dribbler. He was off the ball goal scorers, you know what I'm saying? And Mustafa saying Liverpool are set to pay Nico's release clause. Yeah, I know Nico from Porto, and it's 60 million euros. That's crazy. And Barca will get 40%, 24 million, because we partially own him. I heard that. I've seen the news. In my opinion, that's great if he goes there. But it also is kind of weird because, Nico is a player that I was so hesitant if Barcelona should sell or not at the time, because he was actually good. That's the reason why he went to Porto and he didn't go to a team like Leganés or a team like Osasuna. A lot of people, they say, oh, this Barca flop, he's going to be playing, in this mid-tier, second-tier Barcelona, La Liga team, But what I would say is that Nico is a good player, man. And if he goes to Liverpool, fair enough. But maybe I'll take him at Barcelona if De Jong leaves, If De Jong leaves, do we have a... And Mustafa, could you quickly check if we have a buyback, a buyback clause? Because honestly, I would look to buy back Nico. He's a good player, man. And I actually, Frankie de Jong, he doesn't hustle as much. I would take Nico, to be honest, especially with Frankie de Jong's injury problems. I really would, Yeah, you check that, bro. But Nico's become a good player, and I actually did rate him at Barcelona too. And he only left because he wasn't getting enough game time. It wasn't because he was trash. He's actually a good player, and he's actually gotten better since leaving Barcelona. To be fair play, Nico Gonzalez. Adam says, wait, I just heard that Barcelona are also linked to Marcus Rashford from Man United. Yeah. Bro, I've seen the news on that. This is the thing with Marcus Rashford. I was actually going to do a video, sneak peek. Since y'all here, I'll let y'all know. I was going to do a Rashford video, Not saying we have to buy him, because that sounds silly, but I would say Rashford, I think on January, once January hits, we have to consider him on loan, Because especially with this left wing issue, even if he's not the world beater that Rafa Leao or even Adamo Lookman or Kvaratskhelia or whoever you want, Nico Williams, anybody. Even some people want Omar Marmoush still, but he's going to be expensive. But what I'm saying is that Rashford on loan wouldn't be bad. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you why. From loan January to, and don't believe the reports saying, I've seen a report saying Barcelona is going to send a bid of 70 million. Why would they do that? Are they crazy? Listen, bro, Marcus Rashford is like, I don't know what's happened to him and Ruben Amorim. You know what I'm saying? And Rashford's been an up and down player. But the thing is that Marcus Rashford, guys, he is he's something that we don't have in this team. He's a profile we don't have, even if he's bad, even if you don't rate him. He's electric when on his day. He can shoot. You know, he's known for being clinical at the time. But the thing with Rashford, it looks like mentally he's checked out a little bit. And I would only get him on loan from January to the end of the season. That's it. I wouldn't entertain buying him unless he rips it up. But that would be weird, you know? I want to see, Barcelona loanees typically do good. So I want to see Rashford. It's better than nothing. That's my thing. It gives us an option, in the Champions League or in La Liga. If he's a rotational player, it gives us another option. Marcus Rashford, I would do it on loan. I would not buy him, though. That's just my opinion because he has proved in Man United he's not as consistent as people portray him as, And Rashford, he says he wants a new challenge too. Apparently, they're saying a team in Spain is the favorites. I think it has to be us. Secretly, I can see Jan Laporta pulling that off. Because, let's keep it a buck, a loan signing is legit like Barcelona's bread and butter right now. You know what I'm saying? And then also, you looked at it, Marcus Rashford, where else is he going to go? Nobody can really pay his wages, Barcelona can. We have a wage issue, but we're still a big club, And maybe he would be motivated to play for Barcelona, maybe. But I would only do it on loan as an emergency option, But it's better than nothing, in my opinion. But don't expect too much. And then Mustafa is saying, by the way, Ferran is injured. He's a doubt for the Spanish Super Cup. I was low-key. This is the first. I'm sad when any Barcelona player gets injured because injuries do suck. It really does. But I'm not going to lie. I've never, ever probably been more sad that Ferran is injured specifically. Ferran is actually one of our better players recently, and Ferran is actually going to be useful, and I'm kind of sad, that he's getting injured because if Robert Lewandowski is not having a good game, guys, for example, like right now he's not in form, what are we going to do? Is Flick going to, is Flick that much of a manager? Is he have that much authority in the locker room already to put in Pau Victor like 60 minutes on, not 85 minutes on, but 60 minutes on? Yeah, and Adam says hopefully he doesn't flop. Yeah, if Rashford comes on loan, especially loan signings, even if you don't agree with them, it's just on loan, you know what I'm saying? It's not here forever, so I would really hope so too. But guys, real quick, before we go back to transfers, I want to go talk about one player, not Ferran. Ferran, I actually forgot. He's been good during this bad form that Barcelona's have. He's been one of Barca's best players. But Pedri, guys. Pedri's been phenomenal, seriously. Pedri, I don't think he gets the appreciation that Barcelona fans give him because I remember early in the season when we were winning, people are saying that Pedri is he doesn't get the GA. And my thing is that we were winning. Who cares? He's getting the ball to Lamine Yamal or Rafinha quicker. Who cares? He doesn't need to. And he was getting a lot of passes before the assist, And Pedri was doing his job with Casado. And now we're seeing the glaring holes when Lamine Yamal isn't here. It feels like Pedri is going back to old where he's our main creative player, you know what I'm saying? Before Lamine Yamal, Pedri was our most creative player, But Mustafa saying, yeah, we have a buyback, okay? Buyback of 30 million. It's only up till June 2025. That is very interesting. That's an interesting figure because unlike Mingueza, because his buyback is 9 million, Nico Gonzalez, 30 million is actually a price for Barca. And release clauses, I'm pretty sure they have to be paid in full. So, I don't know. That's a shaky one. That's really shaky, But guys, I want to go on to the next point of people are talking about Rafa Leao and if he was supposed to come or Adamo Lookman. These guys, they could share time with Rafinha. A lot of people are saying that, hey, what happens to Rafinha? The thing is that Rafinha is like, bro, we have so many games this season. I think that's the least of our worries. Seriously. We have so many games that we're going to be competing in. The Champions League. Super Cup hasn't even started. You know what I'm saying? Copa del Rey hasn't even started. The season, we were only like 40% into the season. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying we have a lot of games to play. And as much as people are looking at who's starting, guys, we have so many games to play. Everybody's going to have enough games. You know, especially when you have, 5 attackers, you're going to have so much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so Mustafa, we got to focus on the Super Copa. In my opinion, I think it's the main priority. We got a Copa del Rey game, I think, first. Play the B team. We should be winning. You know, have the starters on the bench. But I want to see guys like Pablo Torre balling out that game because, Pablo Torre, he's been balling out every game he's got a chance practically, And I want to see him play. I want to see guys like Pau Victor. If Ferran was there, I would like to see him, but I want to see other guys. Maybe bring a La Masia graduate. Who's the hottest prospect in La Masia right now? It's probably Unai, right? It's Unai Hernandez probably. I would probably bring him for the game. I really want to see Unai. I seen him in one preseason game and he balled out. He's living up to the hype. And Adam's saying, did you talk about the Olmo registration issue? Yeah, Dani Olmo, apparently he's not going to be able to play, I think, in La Liga anymore. But I think that, let's keep it a buck. Let me go to this guy right here. Brother, Jan Laporta is he maneuvers and he finds ways to get things done when they must be done. And I think that the Nike deal, it looks like he is going to, Adam, he's not leaving. There's no way Dani Olmo pressured Barcelona, into making this, making this happen quicker. I think even if it's one game he has to sit out at max, I think he's going to be able to play. And we have cup games. I think it's only in La Liga. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to play the Super Cup, UCL, obviously, what is it called? Copa del Rey, everything. But obviously we want him to play La Liga. It's the main competition, right? But I think that's all media speculation. Bro, the media always says we can't register this and that. And guess what? Jan Laporta says 24 hours before the game, he's registered, buddy. He finds a way. As much as I like Laporta, what he's done, but I don't over-exaggerate what he's done. One thing is that he always finds a way when it comes to registration. When it comes to signings, I'm not as confident making signings, but registration, he will find a way, even if it means a sale in the summer. And guys, I don't know who you guys personally want. In my opinion, people are saying Nico still. In my opinion, Nico, no, bro. Let me tell you why. Because it's simply that I think Leao is better. I understand Nico would be cheaper, around 30 million cheaper, but the thing is, I think Leao's got some physical traits that Nico Williams, can't buy. And, Leao's gifted. He's it's God-gifted physical ability, genuinely, because he's so big and so strong that in 50-50s, he's able to shrug off defenders with ease and continue dribbling, you know what I'm saying? And I really like his IQs at times. I just wish he was more clinical, And then when it comes to Lookman, I think that this brother, let me tell you real quick, bro, Ademola Lookman, this guy, if you haven't seen him play, you can watch the highlights, but highlights make any player look good. But personally, I would love to see Lamine Yamal and Ademola Lookman share the stage, man. Seriously, I think that would look awesome. Rafinha could be there too, but it's two techie brothers, you know what I'm saying? Right wing, left wing, you know what I'm saying? With a proper striker, I think that's real. That's a real Barcelona attack, you know what I'm saying? And he's more coachable. You could say he's cheaper price. His contract ends in 2026. If you haven't, Adam, you know what I'm saying? I put my guy Mustafa, I've been telling him about Lookman, you know what I'm saying? On IG and stuff like that. But, hey, Lookman, this guy, he looks like the real deal. But Adam's saying Nico Gonzalez, the Argentine one, right? No, not that brother. We're talking about Nico Gonzalez out of Porto. You know what I'm saying? Porto. He's the one who plays at Porto. He's Spanish, I believe. He came through, I think, the Barcelona Youth Academy, I think. And he played pretty good, you know what I'm saying? But he just, right time? Yeah, he's Spanish. Yeah, he's Spanish, bro. Nico Gonzalez is Spanish. He's a good player, bro. He's a good player. In my opinion, I wouldn't say he's top 10 midfielders, but He's making a case, bro. And if he goes to Liverpool, Liverpool's, recruitment is relatively good. I would actually look at buying him back, man. Lookman, Adam's saying Lookman's going to is with a hat trick against Atletico, which make him broke. You know what I'm saying? Their unbeaten record away in May and won the Europa League. Not just that game though. I've been watching Lookman for so long, but this is the thing. He's a guy who typically rises up to the occasion. And unlike Rafa Leao, I'm gonna be honest. I think it would work because we have no proper left winger that's a 1v1 threat. And I think that it's a profile we don't have. So if we don't have something, obviously, even if the guy that comes in, regardless of who it is, it's gonna be better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Something is better than nothing, right? But the thing is that Leao, I just see a small chance that he might flop. And I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys don't want to hear that, but we didn't think that Griezmann was gonna flop. We didn't think that Coutinho. I mean, actually, I did think Coutinho was gonna kind of flop. But Dembele, we really didn't think he was going to flop, but it happened. And I think Leao, there's a small percentage, maybe like a 10-15% chance that he flops, if I'm being real. Because in La Liga, you need to be technical. In La Liga, they're not going to give you space to run all the time. In moments, yes. In the Champions League, he would be helpful. Against Real Madrid, helpful. All these teams that really want to play us. But Adamo Lookman, he can play in any game. Let me tell you that for free. In AFCON, this guy was dribbling in poor pitches. You know what I'm saying? And he's clinical. He's more clinical than Leao. And we complain about a clinical issue. It's not really a chance creation issue. It's a clinical, can we score our chances today? And he's one of the more clinical guys that I've been watching for a while now. And he's Nigeria's best player. People were talking about Osimhen this, Osimhen that. He's better, bro. I'll tell you that for free, And I think that he should leave Atalanta with his contract expiring. We got to be all over that, man. And Adam's saying Barcelona, they are going to play Atalanta in the Champions League. I can't believe that. I just forgot. That's going to be a fun game, Man, can you show the stats that I sent you on IG? Hold up. Mustafa, tell me if it's on IG. I'll share my screen. I'm going to wrap up in 10 minutes, but I'll share it. You know what I'm saying? But before that, real quick, hey, just tell me if it's on Instagram or not, bro. But basically, the last thing I want to say is that people are forgetting, during this poor run of form. Guys, what I would say is that Barcelona, they need more match winners. You know what I'm saying? We got Olmo, Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski on his day, but we need more. In my opinion, we need at least one or two more. You know what I'm saying? Getting other good players like a left back, right back, that helps. But like in terms of attack, people are understating how important quality is in football. It is very important. You see Real Madrid out of nowhere, and Valverde just scores a screamer and they're back in the game. Quality does matter in football when the tactics go south. And I think we just need more match winners. Barcelona, yes, poor form. Hopefully it improves. What can I say about that? And Mustafa, I'll check it right now, all right? But give me one moment, man. What's it called? It's on Instagram, right? So I'm gonna share my screen real quick. I have. Okay, let me see this real quick. Give me a moment. Bear with me, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to share my screen. I think. Okay, yeah, because I'm on my computer, so when I go log on Instagram, it's just a little bit different. So, guys, okay, let's share my screen. I have a reaction video right here. All right, you guys can see me? All right, bet. So, let's go over here. So, basically, hold up. Yeah, bro, y'all just could be stalking technically my other chats right now, but whatever, bro. What's it called? He says showing this. So this is Leao and Lookman. So green is Leao and blue is Lookman. And can I share this? It's not being bigger, man. Honestly, hey Mustafa, next time just do the same thing. Send it to me on IG if you want to share a stat, and I'll just screenshot it and I'll put it in like a slide so it's more expandable and it's easier to read for everybody if you want to share a stat. But guys, basically, Lookman, he's better at almost everything when it comes to expected assists per 90, expected, you know what I'm saying, goals per 90. Goals, I'm not surprised at all. Liao is a guy who scores a goal like every 4 games. Lookman's a guy who scores every probably 2.5 games. I could just tell by watching them. And expected build-up, goals and build-up. Yeah, bro. This is the thing, And let me see. Yeah, Database, bro. I've been using that website. You know what I'm saying? Oh, snap. Was this not the one? Oh, it was. Okay, bet. And then this is another one. All right, bet. Hey, guys, I don't know if you can see this. But basically, it's, what is this? Vinny Jr. and Lookman. Yeah. So, Lookman's stats, the only thing that he clearly lacks on Vinny is probably, well, it's not even clear. Listen, Lookman's a good dribbler. Vinny's a great dribbler. That's all it's saying. And the carries, too. And the assist number. But assist is part to do with, who you're playing with. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no problem, Mustafa. I'm not trying to say anything crazy, bro. You're a real G for attending. You know what I'm saying? You, Adam, also the other guy earlier. I don't know if he's still on the stream. The Visca Catalunya brother. Also that, Ayan, who was early, didn't attend. But guys, you guys are some real ones. I'm going to be wrapping up soon. But just final thoughts. I think Barcelona, the Spanish Super Cup is big, man. Don't understate this competition, what it can do to boost the morale. And Barcelona Hansi Flick, the results have been bad. It's been really bad. But we can fix up. We can. All right? We really can. And this season, as much as people it's doom and gloom, we can't go trophyless. Adam, you're right. We can't go trophyless for a second year in a row. We're in the competition in the UCL. We might not win it. Fair enough. Hopefully we do. Whatever. But the Copa del Rey, try your hardest to go far in that competition. Super Cup is right there. Yeah, Visca Barcelona. Hey, you're a real one, bro. All three of y'all some real ones. I know some other people, they comment, but they're not always in the live chats. But it's okay, maybe they're busy. I'm not going to force people to watch, but it's always nice when I have people in the chat, 58 minutes live, and it flew by, But I'm going to talk for like 2 more minutes. Mustafa saying we play Bilbao. They're in good form too. But I'm happy it's not in San Mames. We already beat them this year. Yes, we were in hot form back then. But I think it's a manageable game where it's going to be at a neutral venue. Neutral venue, which means Barcelona is going to be probably, if it's a neutral venue, who has a bigger fan base? Barcelona or Bilbao? It's Barcelona. So it's going to feel like a home game. It's probably going to be like 90-10 in Barcelona favor. And we just have to win, bro. Like, there's no excuses. I don't want to lie to you guys. I'm not going to be the overly optimistic fan. Because that's just going to fall off. That's like how you get growth on YouTube, and then you're just going to fall off, I'm going to make videos that look exciting, but I'm going to keep it real when stuff is going south. And Barcelona, they just need to get these dubs, Saudi Arabia will be hosting. That's why I'm saying it's a neutral venue. So it should be, you know what I'm saying? It should be more Barcelona fans. And Adam, you're saying, when is my next stream? I am probably gonna, I'll let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it on the community tab. It'll probably be within the next 2 days, because maybe tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Maybe tomorrow. Hey, guys, I don't know. You guys want me to stream tomorrow? I was thinking in 2 days, but if you guys want to stream tomorrow, I'll bring some information, and you know what I'm saying? We could do something like, I was thinking honestly of what if we tier list, every Barcelona player's like season, you know what I'm saying? Find a way how to do that. I think that would be exciting, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do something new, I'm also going to try to do more reaction videos. The nice reaction videos. I'm going to give what I thought at the time, like against PSG, that comeback at the time. And also, let's keep it a buck, It gets traction, the Bayern Munich game against Barca, when we lost 8-2. My actual reaction, and what I was thinking at the time, I might do some reaction videos. We'll see. If people want that, I might post one. If it does good, I might post a second. But, guys, do you guys want a live stream? I'm probably going to do it anyway in the next 2 days. I was thinking in 2 days, but maybe tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But guys, I'm going to have to head out soon. What I would say my final thoughts for transfers, at least. Adam Lookman, he's a techie brother. He's smart. That's the reason why I like him better than Liao. If I'm being honest, he's cheaper, everything, this and that, but he's a smart player. And I like smart players playing for this club right here. You know what I'm saying? This club right here, I want to see them having smart players. It makes football that much easier. It's why Messi, Neymar, and Suarez had a connection that was crazy. And even though Yamal and Lookman, and Dani Olmo, for example, and Rafinha, they're not them. Having smart players, don't underestimate it. Look at Real Madrid. They had Toni Kroos. That's why they were winning. You know what I'm saying? Barcelona, they had a lot of smart players at the field at once. But guys, that's it for me today. To be honest, Jan Laporta, if anybody's at fault, I wouldn't even blame Hansi Flick as much as Jan Laporta. Not because I'm hating, but guys, you got to be responsible. And Jan Laporta, he didn't really give us a squad to compete like that. You know, it's a squad to maybe nick a trophy or two. And Hansi Flick overexceeded. And now we fell back to reality. The squad wasn't as good as we thought first. You know, this was what we actually expected in the beginning. Maybe not this bad, but we didn't expect to be in that position of smashing Real Madrid and Bayern. Yeah, I'm saying, Mustafa, I'm going to head out too. Adam, Visca Barcelona, everybody else who didn't comment but was watching. Peace out. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. And hey, live stream coming soon. More videos coming soon. I'm on break, you know. More content will be on the way. But guys, that's it from me today. I'll see you on the next one.